Hello chickadees, this is Gail. Welcome to another Stitch With Me video. Today is Saturday. It is the 28th of January 2023 and it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're a ongoing beautiful part of our family of lovely subscribers, welcome. We're doing a Stitch With Me today on Carriage House Samplings, the village of Hawk Run Hollow. For those who haven't watched before or may not be aware, my yearly plans this year, I am doing focus stitching this year. I started off the year with 42 WIPs. I focused on one WIP in particular that is finished. I am now down to 41 WIPs. And then at the end of each, whenever I've about to come up to a finish on a piece, I will spin the wheel. The wheel spun up Village of Hawk Run Hollow. I only had a little bit of block 7 done. Block 7 is completely finished now, as is block 1, and we are on block 2. Now, when we were doing the Stitch With Me last week, I had finished the white of the fence, the white of St. Peter's Church, excuse me, and I was just about finishing on the green of St. Peter's Church, the background. Do you want to see where we are today? You ready? We have a church. We have a church and a steeple. So I have been very busy this week. I've also been doing a model stitch, which I cannot share with you because it's top secret. So TSS, top secret stitching. So I haven't done as much on this as I would have liked. Mind you, I have gotten a lot done. As you can see, we've got a beautiful church and a steeple, bell, a cross. So what I am up to now is I'm up to the hill of the behind the tree, and you're probably saying, Gail, what is this up here? Well, what I've done, and I'll refer back to the colour picture again, we're currently doing the hill behind the tree. So what I've done, I've gone and placed the very, very top stitch of the tree, so that way when I finish filling in this hill today, I can just come down and finish this tree so I don't have to count. So what I've done, I have gone and I've put the very first leg of the top of this tree in, so that can just sit up here. So you have to excuse me today. I'm going ultra casual today. I'm sitting in my recliner in the front living room. My lap stand, I have taken the bottom off it. So if I turn this over, you can see there are the legs for my lap stand, there and there. So I've taken the lap stand off and I have got you resting on my stomach. Make sure that the camera can see properly what's going on. And yeah, I've got you resting on my stomach. I'm sitting in the lounge room. I've got the aircon on because it is quite warm. And yeah, I'll just move this over here. It's going to fall off. So I've got napping dogs all around me. I don't know, sorry. I'll try and make sure I keep this in view for you so you can see what we're doing and what we're up to. In fact, I don't know whether or not I can zoom you in even more. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to see that quite well. We've zoomed you right into this section that we're stitching. So yeah, I don't know where the boys are. They're either outside or they've gone to have a snooze on the bed. I've got Gracie on the floor on one side of the lounge room. Ebony is sound asleep on the mat on the dog bed on the other side of the lounge room. And while we're talking about Ebony, so I'm going to have my one hand so I can do my two-handed stitching, does it a bit quicker. I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who sent well wishes for Ebony. She's very well. We went and picked her up on Sunday. She had her surgery on Monday and come through that all fine. So then Shane and I went and picked her up on Sunday. And normally the vet surgery isn't open on a Sunday. However, you know, there are dogs and cats that are there for boarding and other bits and pieces and recovering from surgery. So normally the vet nurses are on, but as it so happened, the vet, the owner of one of the partners in the practice that we know very well, was on. So when we collected her, we were standing there at the desk chatting to him, and it was really funny because we were chatting to him for a little while before he got the vet nurse to go and get Ebony from out the back. And she was very, when she turned around the corner to walk into the waiting area of the vet surgery, which is like enormous, she was very sort of nonchalant as she was walking. The minute she looked up and saw Shane and I, she like took off and nearly wrenched the poor vet nurse's arm out of its socket. The poor vet nurse was struggling to sort of get behind her because Ebony is a big girl. We call her Puddin for short. She's like a little keg on legs, but when she wants to move, she can move fast. So, you know, she nearly wrenched this poor woman's arm out of its socket, and she just come tearing in, and she sat in front of Shane and I knelt down to her, and she was giving me kisses, and she was very, very happy that we were there. Tail was nearly wagging out of its, you know, and even the vet said, this is the most animated we've seen her the whole time she's been here. She's obviously very, very happy to see you guys. The vet nurse handed the lead to Shane, and it was a very long lead. And this vet surgery has a double foyer, so it has glass doors that open into like a little vestibule, and then another set of glass doors to go into the waiting area, obviously in case a dog or a cat, you know, gets away from its owner in the waiting room, and that if someone's coming in the door, it can't run out because, you know, there's double doors. So the Ebony straight away went and stood in front of the first set of glass doors with her nose virtually pressed on the glass of the door, and she stood there the whole time while we chatted to the vet. We were probably there for about 15, 20 minutes chatting to the vet about different things, and she would not turn around. After that initial acknowledgement of Shane and I, she wasn't having any, no, she just wanted to get in the car to go home, just wanted to get in the car. So, you know, we quickly paid the bill, you know, come outside. She was very excited to get in the car. And look, she's back to her chirpy self now. So I'm so grateful to the vets for the early intervention. And thank you to everyone who, you know, sent good wishes for a speedy recovery for her. You know, your well wishes touch me more than you'll ever know. So thank you very, very, very much. So, yeah, Sunday of last week we did a little bit of cleaning and tidying up after we brought Madam home. And then all week, well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was work for me. Working from home, it's best thing working from home. It's the best thing ever. Like I have worked from home a couple of days a week, but working from home full time is brilliant. And the best thing is I get an hour for lunch. So what I do is I put the kettle on, make myself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and I will stitch away for an hour. So this last week I got 4 extra hours stitching. So I think that's why the you know, the church came together, or as I said to Darren from Dizzy Stitches this morning in a comment, slap and dash builders, because he made a comment to the effect of when I shared a photo of this, oh my goodness, like something like, oh my goodness, there wasn't a church and now there is one. You know, it's going up so quickly. And I commented back, yep, just you can call me Slap and Dash Builders. That's going to be my new business name, because this whole chart is the village of Hawk Run Hollow. There's lots of buildings. So, yeah, I am really, really enjoying this. And to think that here we are, it's nearly the end of January. I only had a small portion of one block like done, and I didn't start stitching this until the 8th of January. And here we are now, nearly at the end of January, and I nearly have 3 blocks completed. So, yeah, it's amazing what focused stitching does, essentially. So, yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, work from home. Thursday was an interesting day because Thursday, Shane left to go to Adelaide in the afternoon. But in the morning, he was intent on getting stuff done, like yard work around the property. So we're going to have people here doing some concreting over the next couple of weeks. So I think I did mention it in the last video, but we've got to get driveway and like part of our driveway concreted, and in front of Shane's work shed down the back, it's got to be concreted, and all down the side of the house, where the side where my office craft room is, all that's got to get concreted. There is some concrete there, but there's pavers and whatnot. So a company's going to come, they're going to pick up all the pavers. And also around the front of the house, we've got a pebblecrete veranda, but around that veranda, and it's all flat, it's one level, but around aside from that veranda, it's all pavers, and we're constantly having to spray for weeds and whatnot, and it always looks untidy. So we're going to get all that concreted as well, so it's all nice and tidy. And so Shane, he wanted to take a few trips of rubbish to the tip, and I was down the side of the house raking up all the leaves and all that sort of stuff from when we trimmed all the hedges and everything the other weekend. So we did that. I was exhausted. I come inside and on the Thursday, and my hands were red, raw, and very sore. You'll probably see like my thumb, like there. I've pulled skin off my thumb. It's healing, but yeah, it's still a little bit sore. So yeah, we did that, and then Shane left then to go to Adelaide, and I just stitched, and then yesterday, obviously work, and I stitched with my lovely girls I normally catch up with on a Friday night last night, so that was good. But yeah, today, this morning I had to take Monty down to the vet. Nothing, he's not sick or ill, but he had to have his yearly shots. So off I went with Mr. Monty down to the vets, and he's had his yearly shots. He's such a good boy. Like when the vet gave him his kennel cough injection, he didn't even flinch. Like she said, oh, this is a fairly thick liquid. A lot of dogs, will jump or whatever. He didn't even flinch. He was such a good boy. And he had a couple of treats that she had for him. So that was really, really good. And then I got home, and we had our fireplace, that our wood burner that we had in the back lounge room. And when we did our house renovations in 21, we took it out, and we didn't want to put it back in. So it had been sitting in the garage for like 18 months. And Shane said to me, oh, you should put it on Facebook Marketplace. Now, I've never used Facebook Marketplace before, ever. And I was a little bit, not sure. And look, we didn't want any money for it. We were just giving it away for free. We just wanted it, someone to get rid of it. It was so heavy. And, we had all of the chimney piping and everything else, and the tile plinth that it sits on as well. So we had all of that. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I just think if you're going to comment that you want to take something, you should come and get it, right? So I put the ad up on Tuesday of this week. I took photos, and I guess I was putting it off because I'd never used Facebook Marketplace before, and I was unsure, of how it worked and whatnot. Anyway, no sooner had I put it up, the ad up, that someone local said, yep, I want it. And I said, okay. I said, look, you do understand it's really, really heavy. It's going to take at least 2 people to carry it. It is heavy. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll be there this afternoon. So that was Tuesday. So Tuesday afternoon come and went. Tuesday night, I messaged her and I said, hey, like, do you still want this fire, this wood burner? And she said, yes, I do. My dad lives at Thirlmere. I have to borrow his ute to come and get it. I definitely still want it. I'll be there tomorrow, being Wednesday. Anyway, Wednesday come and gone, nothing. So I messaged her Wednesday night and said, hey, we were expecting you to come for this fireplace. Do you still want it? She messaged back, yes, I do want it. I'm really sorry. I had an accident today and I couldn't come. I'll definitely be there by midday tomorrow. So anyway, midday Thursday, come and gone, nothing. And I said to Shane, why do people do that? Like, I would never do that. Like, and it wasn't like she was letting me know what was going on. I was having to chase this woman to say, hey, do you still want it? What are you doing, etc., etc. So I was getting a little bit cranky by Thursday afternoon, and it was 4 o'clock, and I messaged her and said, are you still coming? Nothing, no response. So then by 5 o'clock, which was like an hour later, I messaged her again and said, look, if you don't come by 7 o'clock today to pick it up, we can't continue to hold this fireplace, this wood burner for you. We're going to have to give it to someone else. Again, no message. So 9 o'clock, so what I ended up doing, I ended up messaging another fellow who was interested in it, who only lived at Mittagong. And he was like, yep, I'll be there tomorrow, first thing in the morning, Saturday, first thing in the morning. I said, no, I've got something on this morning. I said, I will message you as soon as, Saturday morning, take him on to the vet. I said, I will message you as soon as I get home, and then you can come and get it. So I'm just going to spin you around so I can finish this thread. He said, yep, that'd be great. So anyway, I messaged this woman back and I said, look, thanks so much for your interest in the wood burner. Unfortunately, we could not, as previously noted, we could not continue to hold this for you. So, we've been in contact with someone else who was interested in it and it's been collected. I thought, I'm going to tell a little bit of a fib here and tell her that it's already been, sorry, I'm going to have to move the camera up a little bit because now we're going to be stitching on this bit here. I thought I'd tell her a little bit of a lie and say that it had gone so she didn't still, drive over here expecting it to be here. I said, I'm sorry, it's already gone. It's been picked up. Sorry, my next door neighbours are mowing. So if the dogs start barking, which hopefully they won't, I don't know, Ebony's coming back, but Grace is still asleep. So hopefully the girls won't start barking. The hill's done. And now we're going to start on the tree. Just need to make sure how many stitches I've got and then I can keep going. So, yeah. So, anyway, I messaged them when I came back with Monty from Mossvale this morning. And this fellow and his partner come and picked it up. And they were so, so grateful. They offered money for it. And I said, no. I said, we want it gone. We're just happy to know that, someone is going to collect it. He's going to use it. And what he does, this fellow does like Reiki healing and, sound healing and all that sort of stuff. He has a couple of little businesses, but he does that, and he's building a studio at the back of his property to do that. And he wants the wood burner to go in there. So that way then, when he has clients in to do the Reiki healing and the sound healing and that sort of stuff, especially in winter down here in the Highlands, he can put the fire. Anyway, we were chatting and, because the burner is really, really heavy. So, we had to logistically work out how to get that on his trailer and everything, which we did that. It was all good. And we were chatting away, and I said, oh, okay. So I said, do you find that keeps you busy doing the Reiki and the sound healing? He said, oh, I also do framing as well. And I said, you what? And he goes, well, I frame like art and pictures and, old movie pictures. And I said, really? He said, oh, yeah. He said, it's not the slick type of framing. He said it's more like shabby chic framing that he does, like old timber framing and all that sort of stuff. Like he gets frames, he distresses them and everything else. And I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, you lit up when I said I did framing. I said, indeed, because, and then I told him, I do cross stitch and other stuff. And I also do like diamond painting and all other little bits and pieces. And he said, really? He said, well, let me give you my card. He said, because you won't accept any money from us for the wood burner, he said, what I would like to do for you, he said, is next time you have something that you want to have framed in a shabby chic style, by all means, come down to the shop and have a look around. He said, and I will frame it for free. He said, and I'll also, no charge at all. He said, I'll also include the frame as well. And I said, you don't have to do that. He said, no. He said, I like to pay it forward. He said, you're happily giving us this wood burner, which is, a lot of money. And he said, yeah, for sure. He said, and in the meantime, he said, why don't you just pop down the store any time? He said, I've got quite a few like stock standard size frames. He said, I'd be more than happy to give them to you. And I said, oh, okay, not a problem. So I'm going to have to arrange a time to go down to Mittagong to his store and get some frames. So I said to him, you see, I believe in fate, and if you put good vibes out there, good vibes come back to you. So there was a reason why this woman didn't come and pick up the wood burner, and that this was the other person that I reached out to about it. And yeah, I said to him, it's funny how the world works, isn't it? He said, absolutely. He said, I'm a big believer in that. So they drove off with the wood burner and all the chimney piping and the tile plinth that the wood burner sits on in his trailer. They drove off back to Mittagong. Cheery wave as he drove out the driveway. He was very, very happy. And look, I'm very happy too that it's gone. So that was really, really good. So, yeah. And then, I've just been, the rest of the day today I made a cake. So I decided it's been a long time since I've, done some baking in the kitchen. So I made a French vanilla cake today, which once I finish here with you guys, I am going to put the kettle on. Mind you, I'm inside in the air conditioning because it's very hot outside, but I'm going to put the kettle on. I'm going to make myself a nice cup of coffee and have a slice of cake. Watch some floss tube on the big screen because hubby, Shane's in Adelaide until Thursday of this week. Of next week. He's coming back because we've got most of my brothers and sisters, except for one, are coming together to spread my mum and dad's ashes next weekend. So Shane's coming back from Adelaide for that, and then Sunday night he's going to fly back down to Adelaide again. Make sure I've got this because that would be horrible if I was stitching and it was a thread over, which it's not. I just hope, the neighbours, God bless our neighbour. He's on his ride-on lawnmower. Gracie. No, sweetheart, I do apologise for that. Our neighbour's on his ride-on lawnmower and I can see him out the big front picture window. He knows that Shane is away, so he's mowing the front strip for me. And of course, Gracie doesn't really like the lawnmower, do you, sweetheart? Just lie down and go to sleep. Because, again, it's not a floss tube unless you hear Gracie. So, yeah. Hopefully, that's the only time you'll hear Gracie today. But, yeah, the rest of the afternoon, I want to do some more on this model stitch. I'm getting close to finishing it. So, and then, yeah, tonight, I've got a, I'm going to attend a Zoom catch-up with Darren, Dizzy Stitches. Has got a Zoom catch-up tonight. So it's been a while since I've caught up with those lovely people. So, yeah, we're going to go on and do a, I'll get on tonight because, you know, Shane's not home. I can sit in the recliner, be as comfortable as I like, and just stitch the night away. So stitch some more on here. So the plan is then once I finish this tree stump, or trunk, then I will most likely, no, oi, no barking. Hold on 1 second. I just got to pause you for a second, guys. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Ebony heard something and decided to have a barking session. So if she does that again, I will have to stop the video. So sorry, as I was saying, once I finish this tree down here, I've got the words to type, and the words are the Rev Isaiah Cook, and that goes up here near the steeple, but it's in this same colour. So I'll do that so it's in that same colour. Then I think what I'll do is I will stitch the hill on, I did part of it, but I'll stitch the rest of the hill on this side. I'll stitch this tree trunk the same down. Then I will stitch the birds. No, Gracie. I'll stitch the birds. What is going? Oh, my neighbour's now decided he's going to mow my front lawn. Oh, he's so funny. God bless him. Sharon's gonna mow it when he comes home this weekend. Not that it's long or anything, but our lovely neighbour has obviously decided that yeah, he's going to mow the front lawn for us because he knows Shane's away. I was having a chat with him earlier, so he knows that Shane isn't home. So anyway, and our neighbour is a lovely man. So yeah, he's obviously yeah. So I may have to stop this video a little bit if he comes over onto this side, because it will make the dogs start to bark, because they won't be sure what is going on. Oh, I love my neighbour. He's a great fella. And I love this piece. I am so surprised at how quickly it is coming together, considering all the leaves on this are all backstitched. That's going to take a long time because the actual branches themselves are stitched in one colour and the leaves are backstitched in another colour. So yeah. Oh, it looks like he's just mowed down that one side for us. That's okay. I don't mind that. Okay. But this fabric is such a joy to stitch on. Everything about this project is in the description box down below, including this fabric is from an Australian fabric dyer, Jay, from Jays XStitch. She does have an Etsy store. I'll include the link for her Etsy store down below. Jay lives down in the Illawarra in New South Wales, and she dyes her fabric with all natural ingredients. This is coffee dyed, and this one's called Vanilla Latte, 28 count even weave. And I have stitched on quite a bit of Jay's fabric now, and my stitches always look really lovely. And I've had quite a few comments about how my stitches sit, and the key to that, I think I mentioned once before, drum tight, drum tight, and put felt underneath the clamps, between the clamps and your fabric. The reason for that is it stops, you know, I've got like long stitches here as well. It stops the clamps from catching hold, like catching onto your stitches. Okay, so it protects your stitches. It also means that I can like pull this and make it really, really, really tight. And yeah, that's what I really, really like when I'm stitching, is to have fabric drum tight. So yeah, I think we might finish this 3, and then I'll pull another thread out, and then we'll go up. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to stitching on these trees actually. When you first look at the pattern, you think, oh my goodness, like it just looks like an absolute mess. But there is a rhyme to it. I'm just going to flip you over so you can see. I'll just finish it off on the back. There is a rhyme to it. So we'll finish that off. But I really like how, push it back over again, I really like how they've put, you know, the branches are in the brown colour, and then the leaves, it's all backstitch, are in another colour. So yeah, so the Rev Isaiah Cook is in the same colour as the tree trunks. But this is stitched in MPI silks, and I'm doing the DMC conversion. Like, I'm pretty happy with the DMC conversion, if I'm being quite honest. So I'm just going to slip my hand through there so I can get some more. What colour is it? What colour am I looking for, by the way? What am I looking for? I don't even know what colour I'm looking for. That's how good I am. 8:30. 8:30. Okay, get my needle. Trying to pull 2 out. I wonder what got caught. That's okay. You can pull and stitch with 2. So if it wants to, it's hanging on for. It is hanging on for dear life. It doesn't want to. 2 strands does not want to come out. I only meant to grab 1. I accidentally grabbed 2, but that's okay. There's 1. There's the other. Beautiful. All right, so I actually did pull out 2 strands, but that's all good. Okay, so where are we, Mr. 2 strands? I would normally stitch with 1 strand and do a loop start, but hey-ho. The universe decided it wanted me to pull out 2 strands. So that's what we'll stitch with, 2 strands. And what we might do now is we might start at the bottom and meet our way up, eh? What do you reckon? All right, So I'm going to do my, because this is under here, I'm going to go and go up through these, under those. Okay, pull it until the two strands come to like there. Go through the last couple of stitches, pull up. Okay, pull that through. Don't pull it all the way, and I'll put the needle through the loop. Okay, and pull that, and that is secure. That's not going anywhere. Okay, so let's start here then, shall we? And do this. So yeah, so I don't really have the rest of the weekend. I'm just going to be doing some doing stitching because Shane's not home. Hopefully, I doubt I'll finish the model stitch today. Probably, like I may do, but probably not. I'm looking probably more at tomorrow, finishing the model stitch, and then I might even, yeah, I was going to say I might do some diamond painting tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise I was that far under. Is that better? Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Just see how it goes. I'd really love it if I could finish this block, which means I have finished 3 blocks in 1 month. That's awesome. Not that I foresee me being able to continue to stitch at this quick pace, because the next few blocks are very, very, have got really big, you know, full coverage houses on them, essentially, with big signs. So they're going to take a lot of work. But that's okay. We'll get there. We will get it done. Okay. Oh, and I sort of made a decision on a frame for Stitchy Witch, or Stitchy Dust, I should say. I went to my frame place that I like online, frameshop.com.au, and what I did, I used a photograph of Stitchy Dust. Mind you, it's not ironed or anything like that, but it sort of shows me what the frame's going to look like around it. Now, I wanted a really big, gaudy, ornate frame. They didn't really have any frames in stock that I liked with Stitchy Dust that were like that. So with the help of my lovely Friday night ladies, I did like half a dozen different options and said to them, hey, you know, have a look at these and tell me what you think. And I think I've narrowed it down to one of the options. And what I will do, I will insert sort of the mock thing of the video. I'll insert that here. So you can see what that looks like. I think that'd be really, really nice. I'm like 99% sure that's the one that I like. And if so, then I'll order it tomorrow and get it sent out, and then I can frame it, get it all laced and frame it myself when it comes and hang it up on the wall. That will be my first, or maybe not the first, but it will be, you know, one of the first FFOs for this year. Oh, sorry, I've got a knot in the back now, so got to tease this knot out. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So that'll be good. I'm looking forward to getting that stitched and hung up on the wall. Good, good, good. And then I have a like in the library out the back of the house. As you know, I've got my Harry Potter display. I am doing my Harry Potter crest, and I was going to hang that directly above the Harry Potter bookshelf. I can't do that because it's too big. So I'm umming and ahhing at the moment. I have a few different Cloud Factory Harry Potter designs that I can stitch up very, very quickly and hang up there. But I'm leaning more towards, I have the charts from Mandarink Designs on Etsy. I have the charts for all 4 of the houses, and it's the pictures where it's the pictures where all you can see is, like, you can't see the head, it's just the torso with the scarf of the particular house, and they've got an open book and it's themed to those houses. Now, if I can find pictures of the 4 of those designs, I'll insert them here. If I can find them. They are beautiful, beautiful pieces. On black. You know, I love black anyway, so that's neither here nor there. So I'm leaning more towards those. But what I'm going to have to do is work out, and again, I've got another knot. I'm going to have to work out finish sizing and framing and whatnot, because obviously if I'm going to do them, I'm going to do all 4 to represent all 4 houses, and I need space to be able to stitch them and hang them on the wall. So they're really, really lovely, lovely designs. They really are. So yeah, I'm leaning towards that, but obviously that's not something that is going to be stitched and or started straight away. It's going to be a project for next year. But that's not to say that I can't buy all of the supplies, get the fabric, because if I'm going to do it on black, I'm going to want to do it on black even weave. So yeah, I'll be able to order the fabric. I'll get, you know, DMC threads and all the rest of it. Project bags for them and whatnot, and have them all ready to go for next year. So that will be, I've got all these sort of ideas tinkering around in my head. I think of these things when I'm stitching, you know, plans and whatnot. So yeah, anyway, I hope you've all had a good week. Thank you to those lovely people who've been sending me messages via the new Wombat Hollow email, which is also in the description box below, and sharing with me photos of what they've been stitching. It's been wonderful. Oh, and that reminds me too, I meant to say it right at the start, lose my head if it wasn't screwed on. Tina Whale, who won the chart last week. I've made your needle minder today. So, you know, the magnet is, you know, setting as we speak. You left it up to me to pick. I have picked a needle minder blank that I hope you're really going to like. I think it's really, really pretty. I do have your address. I will get the chart and the needle minder out to you in the mail early next week. But I will, Tina and I are friends on Instagram, and so Tina, I will send you a direct message via Instagram once it's actually gone out in the post to you. But just to let you know that, yeah, I haven't sent it yet because, yeah, I've only just, I couldn't decide on a needle minder. I kept going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. But I hope you've all had a great stitching week. Put down in the comments below what you've been stitching on. Next week, since my brother apparently is flying down on Saturday and leaving on Saturday night, and Shane then is also planning, if we've got to drive my brother back to the airport, if we're going to drive all the way into Sydney to drop my brother off at the airport, Shane said there's no use you driving all the way back to Sydney again on Sunday, because it's like a 2-hour drive for us to go to Sydney. There's no use me driving all the way back into Sydney again on Sunday just to drop Shane off at the airport. So Shane will organise a flight to Adelaide around about the same time as my brother flies to the Gold Coast. So that way then we can just, you know, drop them both off at the airport, done deal, and away we go. And then I'll just drive home. So I will most likely be doing the Stitch With Me next week on Sunday. So yeah, it'll be a day later. But that's okay. You guys don't mind. We all have family bits and pieces and stuff we've got to do, right? So yeah. Anyway. It's a time 20. All right, what I might do, we might finish it up pretty soon. So that way the video is about 40 minutes long, Stitch With Me. I hope you're enjoying that. Let me know in the comments below. Do you want a longer Stitch With Me? Do you want a shorter Stitch With Me? I don't mind this sort of 40, 45 minute mark. I find that quite good. But I'd be really interested to know down below whether or not you find that good, or if you prefer a longer video or a shorter video. Please just let me know. I'm open to all constructive advice and or criticism, as long as it's constructive. That would be great. We might leave it here. So we'll catch you again next week for another Stitch With Me. We will still be stitching on Village of Hawk Run Hollow. I do not know whether or not this block will be finished. Be good if it would be, right? Anyway, we shall see. But this is where we're at. So we're leaving it at that for today. So here we are in all of its lovely glory. Let's see where we're at next week. So I hope you have a great stitching week, everybody. Please stay well, stay safe, happy stitching, and I'll see you next time. See you later. Bye.